All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahara Chakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam out there doing the work of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and in sincerity. In this lesson, we're going to go into the topic of rebuke. You know, there's so many times rebuke is viewed in a negative light, but the truth of the matter is there is no spiritual growth without rebuke. You know, so rebuke is a necessary part of this thing of ours, man. And brothers shouldn't be, looking at rebuke as something negative. It's something that's necessary and something that's going to happen to all of us. No one of us is above rebuke. We all sinned and fell off or went off. And so coming into this truth, perfection is required of us. And perfection is something that we don't know the way of. And we only going to achieve that or even gain an understanding of that through these scriptures. So, yeah, coming into this truth as filthy, unclean, as sinners, and the Most High requiring that perfection of us, there is going to come rebuke. Now, the way you handle it is going to show if you're truly a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah or not. But yes, and seeing that we're in the house cleaning right now, this seems like the appropriate topic to go into because, you know, it's like I said, even in my early days in the truth, you know, like with brothers and me myself, you shun rebuke, you know, because that's just the way of the flesh. Because the ego wants to view itself as being correct, being right all the time. And this is one of the reasons why Paul stated that old man must be put off. And that old man, that ego is a major part of that old man that must be put off. You know, but yeah, we looked at rebuke like, you know, we shunned it. But as I've grown in this truth, I welcome rebuke, man, and because I'm not perfect. And if I'm going to get to that perfection, it's going to take rebuke. Now, any brother that you look at and you hold in high regard from the apostles on down, you say, man, that brother is deep. If you get a chance to talk to that brother, ask him, and I guarantee you, he say, man, I've been rebuked up and down in this truth. Because that's how he got to that level. You know, but there are some who can't take rebuke because they view themselves as already perfect. And once you do that, there is no room for growth. Now here it is, you know, we accept, oh man, Yapa lesson, or that's a beautiful breakdown. Or man, I like how y'all went into this, or I like how you did that. We can accept it all day long, but when it comes to rebuke, brothers get up in arms, they get in their feelings, they just don't look at it the way that it's meant, the way the Heavenly Father set it up. Rebuke was set up for us to be corrected so that we could achieve that, you know, that glory or attain unto that glory of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. But anyway, this is what Job said, you know, concerning his trial that he went through. And it applies to us going into this truth, man, because this truth is all about trial and reproof and correction. So anyway, this is Job chapter 2, and I'm gonna go to the point in verse 10. It says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and shall we not receive evil? In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. So Job was like, you know, right, we can accept the good when the good is coming of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, but what? Now we too good to accept the evil, which, as I stated, rebuke ain't even evil. Rebuke is necessary because we are evil, or we go off and do evil shit. So rebuke is absolutely necessary. And so we're going to go into the scriptures and show this, man. And this is here, but you know what, before I get, get into that, I'm going to go into that old man. And then we'll get into the meat of the lesson. Because, you know, I've seen heads of camp, you know, of different camps fall off behind rebuke. And it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. That shows that that person was not in their right spirit. And the scary part about it is they're out there leading men. You know, and here it is, you know, they can hand down all types of rebuke, you know, and this and that. But when it comes their turn, you know, they allow themselves to get emotional and miss the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is, man, we're all in this truth to get right. So I'm going to go here, man, in Galatians. Let's see here. Well, let's go. Well, we'll go to Ephesians. This is Ephesians chapter 4, and we'll start at verse 17. It says, "This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk, not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind." You know, egotistical, self-centered, narcissist, you know, self-absorbed, you know, proud, haughty, just walking in the vanity of their mind. We're not to be as such. Look, it says in verse 18, "Having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart." Man, that speaks volumes, you know. That's so much meat right there. That's a lesson in itself. It says, having the understanding darkened. You see? So there's somebody that knew a little something, that had some understanding, but somehow they allowed that understanding to be darkened. It says, being alienated from the life of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. Yeah. The blindness of your heart, man, that ignorance of your heart, that vanity of your mind. It says, verse 19, who being past feeling, have given themselves over into lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Mashiach. And that's exactly what it is. If you can't accept rebuke, you have not learned Mashiach. You see what I'm saying? He is the only man that was above reproach or rebuke or reproof. And that's how he became that acceptable sacrifice for us. So unless you Yahweh Shai, you're going to receive rebuke. That comes with the territory. That's the major part of this thing of ours. So let me read on. It says, verse 21, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt, according to the deceitful lust. That old man is corrupt. And we must put him off, you know, but he's not just going to go away. You know, he's going to fight. He's going to fight to stay there. And so reproofs and rebukes are necessary. So let me say in Romans 3 and 23, real quick. Romans 3 and 23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, but then it goes on to say, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Mashiach Yahweh Shai. So that redemption is in Yahweh Shai because he was above rebuke. He walked blameless in the flesh so that we could have that grace. You understand? So that we could be justified in him. So who the hell are we to get proud and get up in arms behind the rebuke? If we was rebukeless, we wouldn't need Yahushua. Yahushua wouldn't have to go up on that cross, in which he prayed at the Garden of Gethsemane 3 times to the Most High, crying tears of blood. Was there any other way for him to save us without going, undergoing that turmoil, man, that tribulation, that crucifixion? So if we was above rebuke, Yahushua wouldn't have had to go on the cross in the first place, but we're not, and he did. So we got to learn to accept the rebuke. And again, to reiterate that, with rebuke comes that spiritual growth. That's why I welcome rebuke. That's a beautiful thing. So now we're gonna go here, and I want you brothers to check this out. And then this 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. It says, where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Had not Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. And it pleased Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So it pleases the Most High that through the foolishness of preaching to save us who believes. So let's see what that preaching consists of. Since the Most High said it pleases him to deliver us through the foolishness of preaching, so then we must see what preaching consists of. And this is 2 Timothy chapter 4, starting at 1. It says, I charge thee therefore before Yahweh and the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom, preach the word. Be instant in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So preaching the word consists of reproving, rebuking, and exhortations with all long suffering and doctrine. And so this is why it pleases Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua through the foolishness of preaching, because with that preaching comes rebuke, comes reproof, comes exhortation. So, right, that's what it's going to take for us to attain to that goal, as written or recorded in back in Ephesians also, the 4th chapter. And I'll read that real quick. It's Ephesians chapter 4, and let's see here. Yep, let's start at 11. So Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints. So he gave all these offices, the office of a prophet or the office of an apostle first, and the office of a prophet, the office of evangelist, the office of pastors and teachers, for what? For the perfecting of the saints, but how? Through the preaching of the word. All those offices were set up to preach the word and to rebuke. The saints were going to be perfected by rebuke, by reproofs. If not, then there would be no need for these offices. There would be no need for teachers or prophets. If we didn't need rebuke, there would be no need for teachers. You see? But it says for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Mashiach. So it's all about obtaining unto that measure of the stature of the fullness of Messiah, becoming that perfect man. And you got to put off that old man who's scared to be rebuked. And really that's a child's frame of mind. A man can accept correction, especially a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He not only will accept it, he invites it because he knows what it's about. He knows what it comes with. That comes with growth. That comes with, moving up the ladder of going from glory to glory. Moving up to higher levels in understanding. But yeah, that's a childish mindset to not to want to accept rebuke. And like I said, I've seen guys who I thought was heavy fall off behind rebuke. And so, and that's pretty much it. Now, I didn't want to, just harp on this for too long, and there's several other scriptures, and I will get one more. We're gonna go to. I got to get this in the book of Psalms. Let's see here. It's the Psalms, and matter of fact, Proverbs chapter 9, verse 8. It said, "Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee." See. And those guys that fell off, and they were scorners. They were literally scorners who were hypocrites, portraying as men of the Lord, putting on the front, acting. But it said, "Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee." But it says here also, "Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee." And why would it say that there? Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Because the wise man in his wisdom understands what rebuke is and understand that it is a necessary part of spiritual growth. You see? It says, Proverbs 13:1, "A wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke." It's like Cain. The Most High told him, "Hey, if you do well, thou will be accepted." But he rebuked Cain. You know how this ain't acceptable. He brought that old bullshit ass sacrifice. Most High told him, "Man, you tripping. This is not acceptable." He said, "Look, do good from here on out, and you will be accepted." And it went right in one ear and out the other because he was a scorner. He didn't hear the rebuke. But yeah, a wise son heareth his father's instruction. And the apostles and the elders, they had an office of watching over our souls, man. As the young bucks coming up, up and coming elders and brothers just coming in, they watch for our souls. So they're like our spiritual fathers, and when they give instruction, it's through the Spirit from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And a wise man, a wise son is going to hear, make the necessary adjustments, and move forward in this truth, Because like I say, we accept the praise, but we don't want to accept the rebuke. If you're trying to get somewhere, you know what I'm saying, which we all are in this truth, we're trying to get to glory. We're trying to get to righteousness, obtain that perfection, as I read in Ephesians the 4th chapter. But if you make a wrong turn, how would you ever get there? You know, you made a wrong turn. You don't want to accept rebuke. Everybody telling you, look, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. You need to keep straight or make that right. But you done hooked the left and you gone. You don't want to hear nobody. And then end up, you know, meeting your destruction, your doom. No, if you in your right frame of mind, you want somebody to tell you soon as you turn that wheel just a little bit. Whoa, hold on, bro. Don't go that way. You don't want to go that way, No, we need to keep straight. Trust me. And see, that's why we got the apostles. You know, they done been down these roads where we at so they can guide us and tell us, look, this is the way you need to go. And then do it. Before you end up in a ditch. You know, so that's hey, that's it for this lesson. I pray it's helpful for whoever needs it. You know, it's one of these things, like I said, there's a house cleaning going on. And don't feel no kind of way if you get brought up on, you know, counsel or whatever, get rebuked. It ain't the end of the world. You can allow it to be the end of the world by not accepting your rebuke and getting puffed up in your pride and storming off to your destruction. But if you go about it as the scriptures say, by accepting it, making the adjustments, correcting yourself, getting back on the right path, and continue your journey, yeah, it ain't the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I pray through the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah that this lesson is helpful for whoever needs it. And, hey, to the next one, Shalom. You brothers stay up.